My name is Renee, I'm an appliance repair tech, and yes indeed, that dryer door does open like this, also like this. But how? Let me show you. I've honestly only seen maybe a handful of these in the field, but the other day somebody who owns one needed me to swap the orientation of the door. So of course I took pictures and video for y'all. This is obviously not my picture, it's a stock photo, but it gives you a decent view of all the hinges. So I'm going to show you this first, and then I'll show you mine. Right down here there's a little hook, and it lines up with this little loop over here. Similar idea to this one up here, except instead of being curved upward like this one is curved towards the right. I'm going to show you a close-up view of this. It's got like a little hole in the center, and it does kind of curve up a little bit. Just helps support the door as you drop it down. Then a close-up view of this. So it's wider and it kind of curves out this way. Since I was reversing the orientation of the door, obviously I had to take it off of the dryer, but this guy here hooks onto the piece on the bottom left because you have to think this is the inside of the door that we're looking at. And this half over here hooks into the horizontal curved piece on the top right of the dryer. So this hinge and the matching piece on the door will hook together when the dryer is opening from the top down. This hinge will attach up here to the door when you're opening the dryer from left to right or right to left, depending on the orientation. There's nothing on the top left because there doesn't need to be. And then this is the dryer catch right here, and the strike on the door here goes into that, and that's what actually holds the door closed, whether you're opening it from the top down or left and right. Now, the way it goes from opening this way to this way is when the door part here releases this hinge. It's controlled by a little button in the handle. You can see on the top left here, it's got this little mechanism, and it's just got a little rod that goes along the inside that when you press on that handle, it lets go up here. And then if you look down here, there is a little mechanism down there as well. And this guy also has a mechanism down the center here, that little plastic bit that's controlled by the button in the handle. So as you press the button in the handle, this little guy will go up, and it'll allow you to either lock this into place in the bottom left hinge, or it's going to release it. Now this hinge here, when it's locked into place, is only going to allow the door to open in one direction, so from the top down. And this one, same idea. When that's locked into place, it can only open this way or this way, depending on how you orient the door. You get the idea. So that explains hinge 1, hinge 2, and the latch. But this hinge here is the interesting one. It's interesting because it swings both ways. And before you make a bisexual joke, don't forget there are more than 2 genders, so both is not accurate. But I digress. So this hinge over here is the dual hinge. This is a close-up of the door half of things, so you can see that this one is going to swing left to right, and you can barely see it, but you see that little notch sticking out of the edge? It's got 2 of those, and they line up with that other half of the hinge on the dryer half. This half then gets bolted to this half, which winds up looking like this. So this can still move freely from left to right, and at this point the door will be opening from left to right or right to left, and it's locked in at the top until you press the handle on the door, which releases this, which then releases that bar there, and pressing the button on the handle unlocks the top right, simultaneously locking in to the bottom left. And then the dual hinge has a secondary hinge down here that allows this whole thing to go forward. The downside to this design is when you open it from the top down, that's as far as it opens, about 45 degrees maximum.